Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be covering 5 signs of disrespect in dating that you should never, ever tolerate. It's time to stop letting people walk all over you once and for all. So in this video, I'm going to be covering 5 signs of disrespect in dating that you should absolutely not tolerate. These are all signs that the person you're dating does not respect you, and it's probably best to move on. Of course, we have to keep in mind that we have to leave a little bit of room for nuance. Dating is not black and white, as I've mentioned so many times before, but these are just helpful things to know and signs of disrespect. The first one is repeatedly canceling plans or consistently late. This is just a complete lack of consideration for your time and your feelings. Consistently canceling without a valid reason or without giving proper notice can be incredibly frustrating and hurtful, as it suggests to you that there's a lack of commitment or interest from that other person in building a connection. It's important to value and respect each other's time and make a genuine effort to follow through on the commitments that you've made. And if your date is not doing that, they aren't being respectful towards you and your time. We can give a little bit of grace, so if they cancel once and want to reschedule, fine, that's up to you whether you accept that or not. But if this is a repeated behavior, it's going to be a no from me. The same thing rings true about running late. Constantly running late for dates is disrespectful because, again, it shows a lack of consideration for the other person's time. Being late on occasion due to unforeseen circumstances is understandable, but consistently showing up late without a valid reason is just flat out disrespectful. This sends a message that your time isn't valued and the date isn't a priority to them. Punctuality is an important aspect of showing respect to other people and consideration in any relationship, as it demonstrates reliability and a genuine interest in being present and being there with you. So in my opinion, not only is it a red flag, but it's completely disrespectful if someone is consistently canceling plans, flaking, or showing up late. While we're on the topic of disrespect in dating, big thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Regardless of if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or you're just going through a hard time, therapy can give you tools that will help. And that's why I'm so excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible, which is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really difficult, especially when you're limited to the options in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. There's a link down in my description. Clicking that link helps support this channel, but it also gets you 10% off of your first month of BetterHelp, so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. And because finding a therapist is a little bit like dating, if you don't really fit with that therapist, which is a common thing with therapy, you can easily switch to a different therapist for free without stressing about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Get 10% off of your first month at betterhelp.com/Courtney Ryan. That's betterhelp.com/Courtney Ryan. And I've also linked them below in the description. The next sign of disrespect is showing a lack of interest to you or to your life in general. So someone who shows a complete lack of interest in your life or interest is disrespectful because it indicates a lack of investment in getting to know who you are as a person. In a healthy relationship, both people should show genuine interest and make an effort to understand each other's lives, passions, and interests. When someone consistently dismisses or ignores your life and your interests, it can make you feel completely undervalued and unimportant to them. Respect in a relationship involves mutual curiosity, empathy, and attentiveness towards each other's experiences and passions in life. So an easy way to notice this in the beginning is if they spend the majority of the time talking about themselves on a date rather than asking you questions or showing interest in getting to know who you are and what you like. This is disrespectful. It should be a mutual sharing. Self-centeredness is a good word to use here. I think someone who is self-centered, self-absorbed, or if they spend the entire day talking about themselves, they're going on and on about what they like, what they do, their interests and passions, but they aren't asking you anything in return or trying to get to know who you are and what you like. This is a big red flag, and it's just flat out disrespectful. If they predominantly focus on their own needs, interests, and desires without showing genuine interest or investment in you, this is disrespectful. They may also consistently expect or demand favors from you, attention, or your resources without reciprocating in a balanced way. Not good. This could be described in many different ways. Of course, self-centeredness, as I mentioned earlier, but also a one-sided relationship, someone who is self-absorbed, someone who consistently takes rather than gives. This is a very one-sided, it's all about them type of scenario, which is disrespectful towards you because you matter in a relationship too, and the person that you're dating should want to get to know who you are as well. The next sign of disrespect is dismissing your opinions and ideas. So this kind of goes in with the last point as well. When someone consistently dismisses your opinions and ideas, it diminishes your value as a partner. A healthy and respectful relationship involves mutual respect for each other's thoughts and perspectives, and dismissing your opinions and ideas suggests that your thoughts are not important or worthy of consideration and can lead to feelings of invalidation, frustration, and a complete lack of emotional connection. Both people involved should strive to listen, to understand, and to appreciate each other's viewpoints, even if they don't always necessarily agree. You do not have to and probably will never agree with everything that someone says, but I still think it's important to listen and to hear their perspective. One that I see a lot is interrupting or talking over them. When someone consistently interrupts or talks over you, it implies that your opinion is not valued or worthy of being heard to them, which is obviously disrespectful. Another one is when someone belittles or mocks your ideas. So making fun of someone's opinions, belittling their ideas, or using sarcasm to undermine someone's thoughts can be just really dismissive and hurtful. Another one is invalidating their feelings or experiences. Dismissing someone's opinion can also involve invalidating their emotions or experiences, making them feel unheard and unimportant. So clearly there are many different ways that someone can dismiss your ideas and perspectives, but all of them would definitely fall under the category of disrespectful. I think when you're in a relationship, and even when you're dating before you get into the stage of we are exclusive, I think it's important to make sure that the person you're dating makes you feel heard, seen, and valued, or else that's not going to be a healthy long-term partnership that you can be a part of. Next up, we have constant criticism. Sheesh, does she even like you? It's probably hard to tell if she expresses constant criticism towards everything that you do, everything that you say, and rarely provides any affirmation towards you. If someone is consistently expressing criticism without providing any affirmation or positive feedback as well, it can indicate a negative or unhealthy communication pattern. Criticism, of course, can be constructive when offered in a respectful and considerate manner, but if it becomes a pattern of constantly nitpicking or finding fault in everything that you do, it can completely erode the emotional connection between you and this person. Again, it's disrespectful. Healthy relationships thrive on support, acceptance, and understanding rather than this constant criticism. It's important to communicate openly and respectfully, of course, about concerns, but doing so in a way that's going to foster growth and mutual respect between the two of you. When you're in the dating stages, this could look like her shutting down every date idea that you have, or saying that you have bad ideas, criticizing the way that you eat, criticizing what you order off the menu. When someone is expressing constant criticism towards you, it can feel like they don't even like you because they nitpick and find fault in everything that you do. And honestly, this is a projection of their own insecurities and trying to control the environment that they're in because they feel such a lack of control in their life. This is not always the case, of course, but it often stems from a feeling of wanting to be in control and also projecting their own insecurities onto you. And the last sign of disrespect in dating is controlling behavior. This is straight up unhealthy and can teeter on the line of abuse in a lot of cases. Here are some common examples of controlling behavior in dating. The first one is dictating social interactions. So healthy communication is important, but this takes it to a completely unhealthy level. Trying to control who someone can or cannot spend time with, isolating them from their friends or family, or demanding constant updates on their whereabouts. None of the above are good and are completely disrespectful and unhealthy in dating. Next is if they make all the decisions without ever considering your thoughts, feelings, or desires and expect you to conform to their preferences 24/7. Newsflash, the world doesn't revolve around them and you should have a say as well. The next one is constantly checking your phone, social media accounts, or personal belongings without your knowledge or consent. I don't think I need to say anything else here. That is disrespectful and completely unhealthy. The next one is using manipulation tactics such as guilt tripping, emotional blackmail, things like that to coerce you into doing things that you don't want to do or to control your behavior. And if you would like more examples or an elaboration on that one, I've done many videos about red flags in relationships, and a lot of those would be considered this type of behavior. And another example is setting rigid rules and expectations for your behavior, your appearance, or your lifestyle choices. And a lot of the time here, this controlling behavior goes hand in hand with the constant criticism that I mentioned in the last point. So guys, that is all I have for 5 signs of disrespect in dating that you should never tolerate. And whether you're a man or a woman watching this, I think all of these ring true. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. Let me know down in the comments some other signs of disrespect in dating. Would love to maybe make a part 2 to this since I only covered 5 things. If you guys come up with another list, down in the comment section. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.